All right, guys, we're gonna go over a couple things here. Let me minimize this really quick. So what we're gonna go over today is one, how to log into Touchpix, why we're logging in, how to create an event, how to customize your settings, and also we're going to be jumping into the beginning stages of creating a template. But this is not the video to watch for templates. It's just to get led up to that point. Okay, so first of all, as in the last video that you had seen for pricing, make sure you guys sign up for one of these. Once you guys have signed up for one of these, then you're going to go to log in, type in your username and password. Make sure that that same email and password is what's logged onto your iPad, iPhone, Android, or Mac iOS software. So when you're logged into any of those, make sure that your iCloud is connected to that, or your Play Store is connected to that. So that's the way it's going to read your account. So make sure you use that email. Then next, this is what it's going to look like. So this is pretty much like the back end of Touchpix. So this is the cool thing is you can access this on your phone, your tablet, your computer, your phone. And whenever I need to start creating an event, the first thing that I do is I'll log into here. So this is, remember, keep that in mind. Now what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to, I'm going to just show you right here. You have events, old, this is like the old version, and this is the new version. Some of you now that are just starting out, you guys are going to be using the new version. And it'll tell you right here, you're now entering our new event management system. Events created in this system are compatible with only the new and revamped Touchpix app. So if your app is currently, if your app currently resembles the screenshot below, you will not be able to use events created in here. So just keep that in mind. If you're going to be using the old version, go on our YouTube and watch those videos. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make sure I'll leave this on just so that way any of my team members need to know about this. It's just they're going to be able to log in and they'll see that message. So it'll look something like this, right? So I have never made a new event on this event manager yet, so we'll be doing this together. So it's pretty simple. We're going to create custom event, and here I'm going to label my event. So my next birthday is going to be, we'll do this, Agatha's 36th birthday celebration. Okay. And then I'm going to select the language that I want to display, the country that I'm in, and app protection mode. This is if I'm going to leave it. So like if I'm going to set up my photo booth and take off, I always disable this so that way the customers don't go into the settings and change it, right? So that's what it says right here. This will prevent the event guests from changing settings. Now, if I'm going to be there, then I'll probably create like a QR code so I can scan it on my phone and then update the settings that I need to on my phone or on any device. So you could also passcode it, like do an actual like password before even being able to log into it. So, but if you don't need it at all, you know, just leave it disabled. And I'm going to hit agree and create an event. Now it's taking us into our settings and it'll show you right here. This is the QR code on the top right here that you are going to scan as soon as you're done with these settings. Okay. So like what I'm preparing right now is I'm telling Touchpix, hey, I have an event for Agatha 36th birthday party. I'm going to put my template, my main screens in there, you know, all those settings set for her party. So as soon as I'm ready, all I need to do is scan this code with my iPad or any device that I'm going to be using to record, right? So now I'm going to scroll down. Over here, I'm going to scroll down. You can see right here in this area right here, we have that little scroll down option. You can click on sessions. The cool thing on this, it'll give you the option to adjust your countdowns. So the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 before it starts, this is where you're going to set that up. So normally I'll do like 3 seconds so that way I can tap it. I can back up or maybe let the customer know, hey, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we're about to start. And then also for photos, same thing for the photo booth mode. We're going to do it on this side. So the cool thing on, and now they're differentiating like the amount of seconds. So for the videos like 360 slow motion boomerangs, you're going to do, anywhere from 3 to 4 seconds for countdown. If you need more, just know that you're able to change it right here. Same thing with the countdown of photos. The photos, when you grab a prop, you want to be able to tap the screen, maybe take a couple steps back. So anywhere from 3 to 4 seconds. You don't want it to be too long so it doesn't drag. You could also enable the iPad or your device to beep as soon as it's done. There's usually music going on, so I don't really use that setting. But if you want it, you have it right there. Then right here, you have the preview option. So you have the live view background, and this displays a button on the home screen that allows us to turn on or off the real-time feed camera. So like when you're taking a picture or you're looking at yourself, you're like passing by and you could see like yourself instead of seeing just like a blank or and nothing there, for instance, right? So this is nice to have on. So I normally have something like this on. The mirror overlay preview. So like if you're ever standing in front of your photo booth and you pick up your right hand, on the screen, it'll show the left hand is being picked up. So if you click on this, it'll give you that mirror overlay preview. So that way it doesn't look disorienting towards the customer. All right. And then audio and device plays any session sounds and devices rather than going through the TV speakers. So no, we're not going to do any of this. Screen flashes, we want it to turn white when the picture is taken. You can do that for sure. A lot of people like that option. It gives you just like an additional light. And then this right here, lock your screen with the password just to prevent them using it. But that's not the case. We're not going to use that either. Then over here under sessions timeout, normally with these, I'll leave this for like anywhere from 10 to 15 seconds. Editing, I really don't give them options to edit or anything unless I'm doing like digital props, but I really don't give them that option. Props, same thing. I don't provide digital props, but you can if you want to. Just go ahead and adjust and then the thank you. Usually it'll say thank you. I'll leave this for like 3 to 4 seconds. Your track screen. So this is like if your photo booth isn't in like no one's touching it and just kind of been like running. I normally give about 20 seconds. If it's not being touched, it'll then display the attraction mode, which is like a video or a picture that you had set. So that's the time. Then we're moving over to camera. We can tell it to shoot with the back camera, or if we're going to shoot with the GoPro or the front of the camera. So you go ahead and adjust that here. Then you can go over to trigger sessions. This is for those of you that have that, let's say if the arm starts moving, the recording will start moving. I personally don't like to use that option in the event that somebody maybe is like trying to grab the arm and start the feature, then I have to stop this session and it's like a whole thing. So I don't even enable that. And then right here, 360 auto stop. When the spinner does a full 360, the app stops recording. So, and that's one of the cool things. You could set it that way, or if you just want to have like a certain time set for each client, you can do that as well. So it's up to you. This is a cool feature. Some people use that as well. And then right here, let's see, 360 start offset, 15 through. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Allows the operator to set the minimum travel degrees at which to the triggers. Okay, so this is a whole different, like, these are a bunch of new things that I have not tried. So this one I wouldn't even know um, to start on this. I'd probably just put maybe like one. Allows operator to set the minimum travel degrees at which. Yeah, we're okay because this we're not even using the trigger, so it doesn't even matter. Um, use QR to start, and then use the clicker, the Bluetooth clicker. We don't use those, so we don't need that. We don't need this either. Trigger backgrounds. We're not doing any trigger backgrounds, but if you want to, this is where you're going to upload it. Oh, and the cool thing too, it even tells you the dimensions and everything, which is nice. All right. So this is like if you'd like them to accept like your terms and conditions, if you can use these pictures for, marketing purposes or whatever, just go ahead and select that and it'll give them the option to accept your disclaimer. Okay. And you can go ahead and adjust your disclaimer right here if you'd like to. And you can also enable this. You could also enable this. And that's these are just like consents from the people that are actually taking pictures in your booth. Like, are they going to allow you to upload them to online and, you know, use them for marketing or anything like that? So that's important right there. Then we're going to go over here. Normally, I'll have this under light. If you want the all black look, you can also do that. You can also adjust your icons to be small or default. Default's usually the way that I go. We always want to show the description, the gallery, the header, the settings. Yes, I would like that as well. Now moving over to photos. Under photo functions, you want to enable a photo if you're going to be taking pictures. If you're going to enable AI for the photo booth, you can also make sure you check that off. Then you're also going to tell the software, like how many pictures are you going to be taking on a GIF, and then how many seconds in between. So you can really get like super accurate and have your GIFs go faster or slower. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Under here, photo editing, so that gives them the option to like doodle on their picture, throw a sticker on there, sign your name, add some text, all that. So if you want to add that, go ahead and check that off. I typically don't do that just because I want them to take their video and then next person. Over here under photo effects, you can also add this in the back of your iPad. I mean, on your iPad settings, but this is all to if you want to just do everything on a computer and then upload all your settings from your iPad, you can do it there. But so right here, photo effects, the basic like color filters and all that, you guys can add them here. And you can see there's a bunch of different type of enhancements. This is the black and white, the beautifier, the enhance. This is the popular glam color filters. We got some other backgrounds that you can totally incorporate. So like if you set up somewhere and there's not a pleasant thing in the back or something, you can select any of these, which is nice. And it'll fill in whatever's, behind you. So you technically don't even need to have a backdrop anymore, which is nice. And that's another reason why Touchpix for me is another big thing is like now I only have to take one thing, which is my iPad photo booth or my 360, and I don't even need a backdrop. So those are some options that you can select from here. Moving on over here to photo overlays. I don't have any photo overlays yet, and that's what we're going to go into our designer. Let me see if I can open this in another window. Oh, no, never mind. All right, so when I click here on designer, I'm going to show you how simple it is. Right up here, I'm going to click on my actual event, make sure it's labeled here. Then I'm going to move over here to manage designs. I'm going to go to design library and select on that button. Once you select on that button, these templates will then arrive, which is kind of cool because now again, this is less time out of your life, and then you don't have to really do design work anymore. So there's a lot of different selections. So like there's sometimes where I'm like, oh, like I want a gold wedding one, but you know what? There's no gold wedding ones. And then I'll select something like this and just delete, the star or the ribbons and then change the ribbons to balloons and the stars to hearts or something like that. Just know you can do that if you want to. So it doesn't necessarily, you don't have to look at, it's just because it says back to school doesn't mean that you can't use this for like an 80s birthday party or something. So keep your imaginative eye open, your creativity, get that flowing. But this is pretty simple. If you go here under filters, you could also select the type of event. So if you're going to be doing a wedding, you could take a look at these and kind of go based off of their invitation. So that's another thing too. A quick note, always ask your client for a copy of their invitation. So that way you can kind of see the design and the theme that they're going with. So when it comes to designing, you can come back here and see if there's anything specific that you're like, hey, you know what? This looks pretty close to the design. I'm going to select this one. Once I select it, it will then drop in all the design components, which is this glitter, this little thing, the little lights, the circle thingy, all that. And the cool thing too is like this right here, if I double click on it, I could just type in right here, Agatha's. Okay, and then I can, right here, I could do 36th. And then I could do like B-Day or something. All right, so there it is. Probably take that out. Do something like that, and then I can add a new text right here, double click on that, and then I can do birthday. And just to show you over here on the left, you can click here and you could actually like change your different fonts. You could also change the sizing of it. So you do something like that. Say I want to move this over here. If I want to maybe turn this over just a bit. Um, And then you could also do like, if you want to stretch out this, maybe go a little bit bigger. Cool. Well, typically you can move this over, but you see how all these are kind of, you can move these around. So this is kind of what I want to show you. 36. And I used a wedding template for a birthday template. So just know that you can do whatever you'd like. And once you're done and you're like, this is the picture that I want, then you can click here, add to event. Then it's going to ask you, is this the dimensions that you want for the slow-mo, boomerang, video, and GIFs? Yes, I do want to offer all those different features to all of my guests. So I'm going to hit add to event. Now that you see it's loading, and on at the top, you will also notice it'll say something like templates added to your event. Once you get that, now everything is ready to go. Now, one more thing, because I also offered I want to offer my clients or my party guests the option to do just a regular photo, right? If I want to add in a printer, I can also take pictures and print. And just because I added my video templates doesn't mean my photo booth template is completed. So now I have to go over here. Then I'm going to choose a template. So whichever, if you're going to do a 2x6, which are the ones that cut in half, you can do those. This one also does 2 pictures cut in half. This one has 4 pictures cut in half, 3 pictures cut in half. So there's a bunch of different templates that you can choose from. So based off of what you just decide on is what you're going to choose next. So for me, I'm going to do something like this. This is a 4x6 that I want to offer my guests. And then I also do want to have the same type of design. So I'm going to do the same thing, manage design, design library. I'm going to click on, I think we were on weddings, and I'm going to find that same template, see if they have it. They usually do. Sometimes they don't. Yes, there it is. I'm going to click on it, and you'll notice that it will start applying all the different design components on here, right? So I'm going to do the same thing. I know it takes a couple minutes to do this, but once you do it once, you should be able to knock it out pretty quick. And this is the hard part, I guess you could say. You setting this up. But it's going to get easier and easier as you keep going. I'm going to go on new text, and then I'm also going to do happy birthday. Oh, another thing too that I like to do with all of my clients is I'll have them preview this before I even like start printing it out at an event, right? So like, let's say for instance, this is my final image, right? So I'll do like a little screenshot. You do something like that. So that way you have that screenshot and I can now email that to my client and just say, hey, Mr. Client, does this look okay? This is what it's going to look like. Any changes needed? Okay. Once you get that approval, you're set and ready to go. So just make sure you add them to your events and check this off. Hit add to event. So yeah, now I added my photo and GIF templates. So now I have all 5, 6 different templates already loaded into Touchpix, ready to start taking pictures right away. So this is how you create an event and upload your design. So I'm now done and I'm going to return to Touchpix. So it's going to go right here, return to Touchpix. We are exiting the editor. We're going to confirm that we have the newest Touchpix. And you'll see here, it shows the number, the event number, the name created. We're in a test status because we haven't activated our QR code. Now that I'm ready, I can grab my iPad or my Android and open Touchpix and it'll say activate. Click on activate, activate one more time and scan the code. Not this specific code, but your specific code. And that will activate your event and upload all the design templates that we just made. Okay. And I just want to show you over here, if you click on overlays, it's going to show you all the overlays that we had already approved ahead of time. So just to kind of give you a preview, if you're like, oh, I messed up, I forgot one, like you could always come back here and click on your different overlays. So that way you can see, hey, I got it right. And let's say, hey, you know what? I forgot I did a template for 3 pictures. Now I have to go over here and change my sessions to 3 pictures. So you'll so we'll go over here. Actually, it's automatic, so that's cool. So you don't have to change that, but if you want to change maybe the amount of seconds, the amount of pictures towards your GIFs, that's the main one that I wanted you to show you how fast you want this to be. You know, you could do something like that. If you want to go and then add in a black and white filter for all the photos, you can do that. If you're going to add videos, which is like boomerang, slow motion, or just regular, you want to enable all options. So if you want to enable, just check these off. I normally have all 4 of those activated. Multi-videos, I really don't do that much. Not yet, anyway. Then we have our slow motion. If I'm doing slow-mo, I normally select this. And so we're going to check this off. And record time, I normally do any between 5 and 8 seconds. So let's say, for instance, tonight I'm going to do 6 seconds recording, giving everybody on there the option to take 6 seconds of record time. Then once it's done, it will do the video in reverse, which is nice. That's literally what everybody asks for in slow motion. So you're going to do that. The video file, let's say a 6-second video, will at the end be like a 30-second clip. So keep that in mind. You want to keep the amount short, just because remember you're adding audio and you're also adding video effects if you're using that. And then you're also adding your template design on top of that. So all that does take a little while for it to upload. So just trying to keep that in mind when you're increasing this time here. Okay. Next up is your boomerang session. Your boomerang session is just kind of like your Instagram, like it's like a little reel where it goes forward and back, kind of like reverse really fast. So this is anywhere between 3 to 5 seconds, depending on how fast, how slow, or duration you want it to be. You can go super fast or super slow, but anywhere between 2 and 4 is like the normal. How many times you want it to repeat. So again, that also another something like if you want to get specific, I would test those out. And then down here, normally 1 second to 2 seconds, and just that's the amount of time that goes in each photo when you're playing a GIF. So it makes it look like a movie, like a moving thing. So you want to do that. Let's say I want to have that at 2 seconds. And stabilization, this is for Androids only. Normally we'll do that between normal or max. Okay, and that's just to kind of keep it as smooth as possible. but it does, like he says, look at attempts to stabilize video during the process will increase processing times by 2 minutes for 4-second video. So let's try to keep this off if you can, but if you can get it as stable as possible, maybe start off here, or maybe go start off at normal and see if you like it and see how the time is. All right, video outputs. We are going to compress it, and I'm always going to want to compress it to ultra high quality. Okay, so just leave it there. And video effects. This is like if you want to add in, like, they have a bunch of different like bouncing ones. Like, go online and go and check those out, because this is like a whole nother video in itself. But these are cool because this one like does the hyper zoom. That one, like, it zooms in super fast, like into the U and then out right after, and it looks really cool. So yeah, you can add those effects if you wanted to right here. And moving over to our video overlays, it's just going to show us what we've already made. If you're going to be broadcasting to a TV, if you're not, in this case, I'm not going to be using a TV, so I'm just going to hit no. If you guys want to learn more on this, well, there's like a whole nother video specifically on TV functionalities. Okay. Moving over here to printing. This is if you guys are going to be printing your iPad photo booth or your 360. This is where you're going to either want to connect your wireless module or your Printpix, whichever one you have. And that's an entirely different video. So if you are providing prints, make sure you guys go through the training for printing, okay? But this is just kind of, I wanted to show you just the different options. You're doing the share boxing and the scam picks. Usually for people that purchase with us, we're not even using any of this stuff. And then over here, you also want to give your customers as many options as possible. Not everybody has Android, not everybody has iPhone, but everybody has an email. Most people have AirDrop, which is nice. QR codes is universal, which is cool, so you can use it on any device. And normally this, I don't give that because that's directly for my iPad, but these are like the 5 ones that I'll use right here. Okay, so just make sure you enable that. And then this is my favorite part. This is the branding part, 360 Photo Booth Expert. I always like to make sure everybody knows my name, so that way when they're renting, or they know what, yeah, whoever they're renting from, they'll see, oh, let's go to 360 Photo Booth Expert. So then I'll do is copy that, and it says thank you for using 360 Photo Booth Expert. There we go. You can hit OK. We're going to do the same thing over here. Paste and click to view. Perfect. Now we're done. Web gallery. You do want to give them option to email, WhatsApp it, or download it for sure. And then it'll tell you right here the social share description. So I'm just going to put Agatha's 36th birthday celebration. I'll grab that. And the subject, your photo or video. And then thank you for visiting. Oops. Yeah. Just make sure it looks like that. This is if you're going to be uploading to Google Drive or Dropbox. Just go ahead and enable that and then sync your folders. Bluetooth, this is if you're going to be using those devices to spin, to do that spinner. If you're going to be using any of these different machines, the cool thing is it's all already integrated with these different brands, which is cool. Then over here under marketing, you're going to type in your name. So we'll probably put 360 Photo Booth Expert Gallery. All right, and then we can go ahead and upload our logo here. See if I have anything. All right, we'll use that. Done. Repeatable backgrounds. That's good. Then we're going to template branding. We've already done that. And then app branding. So event logo, we're going to use that same logo that we have. And then if there's a specific background that you'd like to see, you can upload a background right here. So let's say I want to use something like, I don't know, this. We're going to upload it there. And then moving down over here to app themes. So add app themes to customize the guest experience to match their brand. So like, let's say if you're doing an event for like Costco or H&M or Vons or State Farm, you're going to want to make a main screen. And you see that on a lot of our events are it's all customized. So this is where you're going to upload that specific option. So like, let's say if it's Halloween party, let's just do pool party. And then your countdown, just to match this, and then thank you. There we go. So these are just like themes that are already created for you, which is kind of cool. Otherwise, you can just make your own if you want to do that too. And if you don't want none, just put none. Probably won't use any of these. You could also customize the text color. So let's say my event colors are blue, and my menu, we want to make it defaults white, so that's fine. The buttons, white's all right. We'll do the blue too. Font styles, buttons. Like if there's a specific AI button that you want, like they have so many options where you can get like super customizable on all of these options. You can make a literally your own buttons if you wanted to. So this we're not going to use. We're not going to use that. We're not going to use this either. And then right here, you could also upload your own countdown screen, your thank you screen. You can totally customize your thank you screen, like if it says like, thank you for using Costco's photo booth or something like that. This is another one too. Like a lot of people like to use this. And the cool thing is like you can make a little video that'll say like, I get this 36th birthday party and there's like a girl jumping into the pool. You know, you could do something like a little video of that. And again, this is the dimensions that you're going to be using. This is the ratio that you're going to use, leaving 100 pixels on the side, okay, for the safe zone. And that's the safe zone is like when you're showing your, let's say you have your phone on your hand, right? All the sides on the right and the left, there's like a little tiny gap. That's the safe zone. So that way nothing gets cut off. So just make sure that that's enabled. And if you are going to be using this, just go ahead and enable this. If you're not, just uncheck it so that way it knows it's not going to be using that. The last ones that we're going to be going over is the gallery. This is like if you're going to be using a cloud, all the pictures and videos are going to be here. So as soon as the party's over, you're going to see like a list here. It'll show you how many pictures, how many photo booth pictures, how many videos and everything. It'll also give you the option to download it or share the link to the customer, which is cool. Then moving down here to analytics, you can kind of just see how many sessions you've done throughout the time, who you sent it to, all that stuff. So that's how you successfully create an event. Now that I'm done, like all I have to do now is upload my iPad, as I had mentioned, by using this QR scanner here. So hopefully this helped you out better understand the backside of Touchpix and how you're going to create your event as well as your template. So keep this in mind. I hope this helped you out. If you have any questions, just drop down a comment below.